that he could be safe. She has worked hard for kids who are suffering from violence. That is a lot of trauma. So please don't capitalize on that. Please don't slander her for that. Realize that this is a saint that is helping people in the worst of times.
True that. And she is tireless in her devotion to her neighborhood, to her children, and to the betterment of a town. And it's a credit to her, the fact that she knows the real deal in this town. And yet, it doesn't stop her.
That's right.
Never. And God bless her. And I wish her nothing but continued success. But we're going to take a break from that for a minute to say hello to, well, I can't spell
Little Ed.
Big Ed, because he's Little Ed.
I love it.
Even though he's Big Ed.
I love the whole Ed thing.
Big Ed's around. Okay. Big Ed Little Ed D'Souza from River Run Farms. Okay. Tell the people at home about River Run Farms.
Got to speak right into the mic.
So River Run Gardens is a small company in Newburyport, Massachusetts. We've got 4 people that work for us. We're a 5,000 square feet cultivation. We're going for our license in Massachusetts. We're probably about a month away.
Oh, man. 4,000 people work for you right now?
No, 4.
Oh,
we're 5,000 square feet grow.
It's huge.
So,
creating jobs right here.
So are you already turning out product then?
we're not turning product, but we're turning out samples. So
Okay.
as we got to get the word out there.
Okay. But 5,000 square feet, that's definitely a craft cannabis place.
Definitely craft
And
cannabis.
I have tried your craft cannabis in the past, and it's exceptional.
Oh, thank you very much.
And I just hope that. So in other words, where are you planning on going with this once you get your license?
Once we get our license, the first thing we're going to do is we got to plant our seed, obviously. But we're hoping to get our license probably in August and getting product out probably around December or January, depending on when the final license comes in, because I'm hearing a long delay between provisional and final licenses right now.
Yep. And why is that?
Why is that? There's not enough people working for the commission. That and they're taking summer hours. So
What do you think about that new string of hires that they just put?
I think it's a good thing. I do. I think that if you look at what the Commonwealth projects for revenue coming out of the cannabis business, in order to get that business's license, you have to have employees to go around and make sure that provisional licenses turn into regular licenses so that municipalities can start getting the money coming in, growers can start growing, product can go to labs, and then hit store shelves, and then citizens can get what they wanted out of Question 4.
I need that, man.
Well,
We need that.
You're in the front lines of the battle. Tell us from your perspective.
Can you guys, they're asking if you guys can take it off and pass back and forth so you can be right into the mic. Yeah, sorry. There we go.
So Ed, tell us as a small time grower on the ground, how do you feel the CCC has been up to this date?
So that's hit or miss. There are things in the regulations that we like. There are things in the regulations we have to change. We want social consumption. We want delivery. We want a way for the small people to get into the market and live out the American dream. The CCC has a hard task. They're doing the best they can. The best thing that came out was yesterday's meeting where Commissioner McBride put her foot down and said host community agreements are 3%. They're not 5. They're not 6 in a fire truck. Let's make it fair so that people can actually make a living off this.
Yeah.
My big thing is I'm offering equity in my company. You come to work for me, you're getting a 401k, you're getting insurance, you're getting equity. So you're not just going to, like in California, make $10, $11 an hour trimming. No, you're going to make a good wage that you can live off of, that you can afford our product, and that one day you can eventually take that money and parlay that into your own business.
I love that. Oh, my God, man. I love that. River Run Gardens? River Run Gardens. Come on, people. This is the way. This is the way to do business right here. People helping people. We can all make money. We can all get high.
So Ed, let me ask
better.
you, once you get your license and everything going, you're in 5,000 square feet now. Do you see yourself growing larger and maybe having your own retail space someday?
No. We are growers. We stick to growers. We grow a craft brand, and that's what we do. We don't manufacture. We don't pre-roll. We will sell to manufacturers. We'll sell to stores. But the other thing that I work on is I help others get into the industry. I do a pro bono. If anybody needs help, if they need a business plan looked over, they need their forecasting, they need advice on their gardening, come to me. There's a lot of people out there making money, and they have the right to make money. But for somebody like me, I want to ensure that the small guy has a chance to get into the industry and stop the conglomerates from taking over our community. Because our community is beautiful, Brian. I know you weren't able to make it to the meeting, but I had over 60 people from the community come out in support of us, and I am humbled beyond belief over that.
Well, you're a good guy, Ed, and good things happen to good people. So let's hope that the politicians wake up to the fact that, you're just trying to provide for you, your family, and provide a product that is urgently needed in the community, and that you represent pretty much the cannabis community as a whole. And that it's yes, you're about the money because you want to make a living doing what you do, but it ain't all about the money for you, and that you're basically doing it's a labor of love for you, and it's so helpful for so many others. Correct?
Absolutely. You're right. It is partly about the money, but anybody can get into this business as long as they're not greedy. If you sit there and you say, as long as I pay my mortgage, I pay my bills, my kids can do activities in school, that's all I need. I don't need a yacht. I don't think anybody needs a yacht. It's fun if we all collectively go on one as a fun pleasure cruise, but I don't need 6 of them, 7 of them, 8 of them. I'd rather be, good people getting into the community and keeping it wholesome.
So let me ask you, hopefully someday you're looking along the lines like, how you'll go into a restaurant somewhere and they'll feature Island Creek oysters? Yeah. Are we going to go into a cannabis place and they'll just say River Run Gardens special for today?
Absolutely. One of the benefits is we have close connections with people in the restaurant industry in Boston. So once social consumption comes out, we plan on providing to establishments that will host social consumption. It would be wonderful to see us on the menu, but you know what? I want to be on the menu with other guys, Frosty Farms, Beantown, Greentown. There's a lot of us out there that are small, that are for the working man and for the community.
Have you heard about Rebecca's endeavor here next door?
Reliable Bud.
I started out at Reliable Bud.
Okay. So tell us about it.
Reliable Bud is probably one of the best markets you can go to this side of the Mississippi. You go there, you have a good time, the cops leave you alone, you're able to express yourself, and there's good people around. They have 420 celebrations. I think the next one's going to be a luau they're doing.
The Maui Wowie Luau. I'm going. Spencer.
Luau. That's the only thing is Spencer, Mass. is quite the traverse through Massachusetts to get to. But with social consumption, we can have more of these. With 1 to 3 day licenses, we can have more of these.
Yes.
What's the holdback? If you want your $30 to $60 million in revenue for the state, here's another way to get it.
So you've actually displayed at the at one of their events before, or you've just gone as a consumer?
Well, I started out as a retailer for seeds. And when I decided to get out of the seed market and go into the cultivation, because that's really where my passion was, I used to go to Reliable Bud and sell genetics there. We donated genetics there.
Donated. Yes.
Donated. Well, there's no THC in seeds, so it is legal in Massachusetts. But there's still that fine line between what's legal, what's gray, what's black. So
yeah.
But I mean, wonderful people. Rhiannon and all of them at Reliable Bud are great.
So there's really no pressure. I mean, nobody feels like they have to worry about Leos coming up, showing up, or anything like that. Correct?
They walk by, they smile, they laugh, they allow you to just have a good time. Why not? They're paying for the permit. The fairground isn't making money. The Spencer's not making money, so might as well get their money what they can. This goes to show that the stigma is real. You go to a Reliable Bud event and you see good people. Mickey Martin, I smoke weed. I'm a good person. We got to say that more. We got to tell.
Did Ricky Martin say that?
Mickey Martin.
Oh, Mickey Martin. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm Puerto Rican. I was like, Ricky Martin smokes weed. That's great.
Well, he's living La Vida Loca.
He might. Yeah, he might. He might. I bet he does.
No, but Mickey, God rest his soul, he's the one that said that, and I think he might have gotten it off of CNN, but it doesn't matter. He walked up to people and he told people that he didn't know. I like weed. I'm a good person. And if we all went ahead and did that, the stigma is going to go away, and Reliable Bud events are going to be more prevalent in the state.
That's huge.
You heard him.
That's huge, man. I
Ed's
love
been
it.
there.
River Run Gardens. Check them out.
Ed from River Run Gardens has been to one of Rebecca's fairs. Gives it the serious shout out. I mean, who knows better than Ed?
It's huge.
Right?
Lots of people know better than me.
Big Ed knows a little bit better.
Yeah, that's right. Big Ed, and he will tell you. Where is Big Ed right now? Causing trouble?
He's wandering around. You know, we're about a month from placing an order to get all of our stuff in the warehouse. So we're doing our due diligence, making sure we're checking up on vendors and leeway times and all that. So
You know it's a labor of love when you hang out with your pops all day long. at the cannabis
Absolutely. I
convention,
love
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
man. I love that.
oh, it's my best friend. I mean, for him and I to do a business together, what's funny about him, and not to segue into the war on drugs and people impacted, but we were having a conversation the other day about white privilege. And for somebody that doesn't believe it exists, here's a good story right here. My old man, was slinging bags back in the 70s. He got caught by cops. You know what? If his skin was a little darker or he was, he would have been busted. He would have had his life ruined. But he didn't because of white privilege. And that's why we need to fight for this plant. And we need to fight for expungement of records and get these people out of jail for a plant.
And the equity programs.
Oh, you know what? The equity programs aren't what they should be. Right now, they're a piece of paper that says you have an equity program, but what other than that has gone on? I know there's a lady down in New Bedford who has a wonderful product. She's using roots to make teas and tinctures and, basically the stuff manufacturers don't want, and she's making unbelievable products with it. She got approved for the equity program. That's it. No help with her business plan, no help with where to find investors or who to trust. And she's a minority who's trying to save her family farm. Brian, you mentioned before suicide rates among farmers. How can we improve that? Let's help farmers out. Let's help people with the equity program out. Let's get off our ass and do something for these people.
I love it, man. And
Right?
can I just say, I love the racial component you added to, because as someone who grew up in a projects, low-income housing development in Boston, me and my friends went to jail so much over weed, sometimes
Right.
smoking weed, sometimes selling weed, and we went to jail. And then so it's so crazy to see there's literally still 500,000 people in jail right now somewhere in America
It's a
off
shame.
of marijuana.
It's a shame.
Off of marijuana. And I love that component to it, because we gotta. I'm done with the stigma. I'm done
Yeah.
with good people trying
Yep.
to do good business, being fearful. I'm done with all of that.
There's, I love this. My favorite meme on Facebook says, one day, mommy needs a joint will be the equivalent of mommy needs a glass of wine.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes!
right. That's right. People and they'll be reaching for Ed's product right over there,
That's
hopefully
right.
someday.
No more Papa needs a beer after work. Papa needs
Right?
a blunt after work.
How many times you smoke a blunt and want to go hit your wife? Never.
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 Unless by hit you're saying code for like engaged in sexual activity.
It's like an
Unless
ice cream
that,
cone.
like-
Who's ever in a bad mood eating an ice cream cone?
Come on,
right?
man.
Absolutely.
Crime down, sales of Oreos and cheese doodles up.
Listen,
It's a good
in
world.
this day and age where everybody's looking at their cell phones and everybody's on Facebook and stuff, what other activity out there aside from cannabis do you see people talking to each other, hugging each other, fist bumping each other? Oh, speak of the devil.